Hello, M5V6 muggles. The day is finally here. Before you today is the May 5th code crack. It will be different from the April 5th code crack, as we have decided to pipe things down a little, and with the number of headache complaints it's only right we teach on mental well-being. In today's fast-paced digital era, individuals around the world find themselves navigating an ever-increasing onslaught of information, choice and pressure. From the constant barrage of notifications on smartphones to the implicit expectations of always being reachable or productive, many people struggle to maintain a sense of balance and well-being. Mental health, once stigmatized or relegated to whispered conversations, has become a prominent topic as societies awaken to the reality that emotional and psychological wellness underpin every dimension of our lives. Whether we recognize it or not, the state of our mind affects our relationships, our work performance, and our ability to harness opportunities presented by emerging technologies. Parallel to this heightened awareness of mental health is the meteoric rise of cryptocurrencies, a class of digital assets promising to reshape finance, democratize transactions, and empower individuals with direct ownership and control over value. While much attention has focused on trading, investment strategies, and institutional adoption, a subtle revolution has taken place: mobile crypto mining. No longer confined to bulky hardware rigs or sophisticated setups, mining has become accessible to anyone with a smartphone. This shift offers a novel pathway for financial empowerment, especially for those who may lack the capital or technical expertise to engage in traditional mining operations. The convergence of these two trends, growing concern for mental health and the democratization of crypto mining, poses a powerful question. How can individuals cultivate and protect their psychological and emotional well-being while leveraging the potential of mobile mining to build long-term financial resilience? Beyond mere profit, can the discipline required to mine consistently reinforce healthier habits of mind? And conversely, how might poor mental health and procrastination siphon off opportunities and leave potential earnings unrealized? Maintaining good mental health begins with the foundation of self-awareness. We must learn to recognize signs of stress, burnout, anxiety, and depression before they metastasize into debilitating conditions. Emotional well-being is not an abstract ideal. It is reflected in our sleep quality, our capacity for concentration, our level of motivation, and the resilience we exhibit when encountering setbacks. Cognitive scientists have long noted that the brain's executive functions, planning, goal setting, impulse control, are directly taxed by stress and negative emotional states. When we are overwhelmed by worry or lethargy, neural circuits responsible for self-regulation weaken, making it harder to form and sustain productive habits. There are more than 100 reasons to mine token. This interplay between mental health and habit formation has profound implications for anyone seeking to use mobile crypto mining as a supplemental or even primary income stream. Mobile mining apps often operate on a model that requires users to engage daily or at regular intervals to activate earning mechanisms. Whether it's clicking a mining button, solving a small puzzle, or simply verifying a session, each interaction compounds over time. The difference between mining consistently and mining sporadically can equate to an order of magnitude in total yields over the course of months or years. Yet data and user surveys reveal a pervasive trend. Many miners sign up with enthusiasm but taper off after a few days or weeks. Some may miss sessions due to busy schedules, but for most, the root cause is psychological. Lethargy, procrastination, and low motivation act like invisible leaks in a bucket, quietly draining potential rewards. In a hypothetical one-year project that requires daily engagement, missing even 2 weeks per quarter can reduce total active days to under 200. But many users fall far below that benchmark. In extreme cases, project records show users logging fewer than 50 active days out of 365. Such low engagement yields minuscule returns, reinforcing a cycle of discouragement and abandonment. Understanding why this happens demands we look at the psychology of laziness. Laziness is not simply a moral failing. It often stems from a complex interplay of emotional and cognitive factors. When tasks feel tedious, ambiguous, or lacking in immediate reward, the brain's dopamine system registers little incentive. Without a clear, compelling motivation or habit cue, even the smallest barrier, a busy workday, a momentary distraction, or a flicker of self-doubt, can derail intentions. Over time, the mind learns to associate the activity with negative effect, frustration, guilt, or boredom. This negative association further erodes motivation, creating a self-reinforcing loop of avoidance. Moreover, external stressors compound the problem. Financial worries, social obligations, or health concerns can preoccupy mental resources, leaving little capacity for routine app interactions. When people feel overwhelmed by life's challenges, they are more likely to deprioritize optional activities, even those promising extra income. The paradox is clear. Individuals most in need of supplemental earnings are often those who lack the mental space to engage consistently. It becomes a vicious cycle where stress undermines the very efforts designed to alleviate financial strain. Addressing this requires an integrated approach. First, users must cultivate self-care practices that bolster emotional resilience. Mindfulness techniques, such as brief daily meditation or focused breathing exercises, can enhance awareness of one's mental state and strengthen neural pathways associated with self-regulation. Journaling or mood-tracking apps help externalize emotions, making it easier to spot patterns of stress or distraction before they cement into habits. Social connection, talking with friends, participating in community groups, or seeking professional support, fosters a sense of belonging and accountability, counteracting isolation and disengagement. Second, establishing clear, structured routines around mobile mining is essential. Designing habit triggers, such as pairing the mining action with daily rituals, morning coffee, lunch break, or winding down before bed, reduces friction and automates engagement. Visual reminders, calendars, push notifications, or habit tracking checklists create tangible feedback loops. Celebrating micro milestones, like a week of uninterrupted mining, releases positive reinforcement and rebuilds the dopamine cycle toward productive behavior. Third, reframing mining from a solitary task to a communal endeavor can tap into the power of decentralized networks. When users share progress, strategies, or challenges within a supportive community, social norms, and peer encouragement bolster consistency. Community challenges, leaderboards, or collaborative goals transform individual mining sessions into shared quests, amplifying motivation through collective energy. The promise of mobile crypto mining extends beyond financial reward. It offers an opportunity to practice discipline, build resilience, and cultivate self-management skills that ripple into every area of life. Successfully integrating mining into a daily routine demonstrates our capacity to set goals, resist distractions, and follow through on commitments. These learned abilities translate directly into healthier mental habits, better time management, heightened focus, and greater self-efficacy. However, without intentional strategies to support mental health and counter inertia, the advantages of mobile mining will remain unrealized for many. Slothful patterns of behavior not only cut into potential earnings, but also chip away at self-confidence. Each missed day is more than a lost digital token. It is a missed opportunity to practice persistence and to build the neural and emotional infrastructure of consistency. Over time, these small lapses accumulate into a pervasive belief that I am not the kind of person who follows through, reinforcing a cycle of failure and self-criticism. By contrast, when users commit to nurturing their minds and harnessing the unique accessibility of mobile mining, they open pathways to sustainable progress. A single year of disciplined engagement, clicking the mining button daily, participating in community discussions, and maintaining mental health routines can yield meaningful rewards both emotionally and financially. Beyond the crypto tokens collected, the true dividend is the mastery of habits that honor our well-being, sharpen our focus, and empower us to capitalize on opportunities in a decentralized future. This exploration will delve deeper into the science of mental health, the mechanics and economics of mobile crypto mining, and the psychological underpinnings of laziness. Through practical guidance, real-world examples, and a supportive framework, You will learn to transform inertia into initiative, build routines that sustain both mind and wallet, and emerge as part of a community dedicated to holistic empowerment. The journey begins here, with the recognition that our greatest resource is not the device in our hand or the code beneath our fingertips, but the resilient, adaptable mind that drives every click, every decision, and every step forward. I love M5V6. Understanding good mental health begins with recognizing that it encompasses more than the absence of illness. Mental health is a dynamic state of internal equilibrium that enables us to use our abilities in harmony with external life demands. It affects how we think, feel, and act, influences how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices, and determines our resilience in the face of adversity. Good mental health is not a fixed destination, but an ongoing process of nurturing emotional, psychological, and social well-being. Emotionally, mental health involves the capacity to experience, regulate, and express a full range of feelings in appropriate ways. Healthy emotional functioning means acknowledging anger without aggression, mourning losses without despair, celebrating joys without becoming reckless, and tolerating anxiety without paralysis. When emotions flow freely yet remain balanced, individuals can navigate life's ups and downs without tipping too far into overwhelm or numbness. Emotions signal our needs and values. Learning to interpret these signals accurately through reflective practices, such as journaling or mindful self-observation, builds awareness and enhances our ability to respond rather than react. Psychological health refers to the patterns of thinking that shape our perception of ourselves and the world. Core to this dimension is self-esteem, the belief in one's intrinsic worth, and self-efficacy, the conviction that one can influence outcomes through effort. Cognitive distortions, such as all-or-nothing thinking, catastrophizing, or discounting the positive, undermine psychological health by skewing reality into overly negative or unrealistic frames. Identifying and reframing these distortions through techniques like cognitive restructuring or evidence-based self-challenge strengthens mental resilience. Over time, consistent practice of balanced thinking fosters a mindset oriented toward growth and solution-seeking rather than blame and helplessness. Social well-being captures our capacity to form satisfying relationships and participate in a supportive community. Humans are inherently social creatures. Belonging to a network of family, friends, peers, or shared interest groups provides sources of emotional support, practical assistance, and a sense of belonging. When social connections are strong, individuals report lower levels of anxiety and depression, better coping abilities, and even improved physical health. Cultivating this dimension might involve reaching out for regular conversations, joining interest-based communities, volunteering, or practicing active listening and empathy in everyday interactions. Social reciprocity, the giving and receiving of support, reinforces bonds and builds collective resilience. Habit and routine are pillars that bridge these dimensions, translating knowledge into sustained practice. The brain thrives on consistency. Repeated actions strengthen neural pathways, making behaviors more automatic and less reliant on fluctuating motivation. Positive habits, such as regular sleep schedules, balanced nutrition, moderate exercise, and daily reflection nurture mental health by stabilizing mood, enhancing energy levels, and regulating stress hormones. Conversely, erratic routines erode these foundations, leaving individuals vulnerable to mood swings, impaired focus, and burnout. Designing habits requires clear cues, manageable rewards, and an environment that reduces friction, like placing a meditation app on the home screen or scheduling brief walking breaks after every hour of screen time. Mindset shapes how we interpret setbacks and challenges. Adopting a growth mindset, the belief that abilities and intelligence can be developed through dedication and hard work, turns failures into opportunities to learn rather than proof of unworthiness. This perspective activates curiosity, encourages strategic effort, and sustains motivation when progress feels slow. In the context of mobile crypto mining, a growth mindset helps users view missed sessions or low yields not as indictments of personal failure, but as feedback to adjust their approach, setting reminders, revisiting app settings, or seeking peer advice. Over time, reframing challenges in this way bolsters both mining consistency and overall psychological well-being. Environmental factors play a substantial role as well. Quiet, clutter-free spaces facilitate concentration and calm, while chaotic or overstimulating settings heighten stress and distractibility. Managing digital environments is particularly important in our era of constant connectivity. Establishing device-free zones or times, such as during meals, before bed, or first thing in the morning, helps regulate screen use and promotes restorative practices like reading or mindful breathing. In parallel, the design of mining apps can support mental health by offering clear interfaces, gentle reminders rather than nagging alerts, and transparent explanations of how each action contributes to longer-term goals. Resilience is both an outcome and a process of good mental health. It refers to the ability to bounce back from adversity and maintain or regain mental equilibrium. Resilient individuals leverage internal resources, optimism, problem-solving skills, and emotional regulation, and external supports like community ties, professional help, or spiritual practices. Building resilience involves exposing oneself to manageable stressors, learning coping skills, and reflecting on past recoveries to reinforce belief in one's capacity to endure. In the realm of ongoing mobile mining, resilience helps a user persist through technical glitches, slow reward accumulation, or moments of waning interest, keeping the long-term vision in focus. Could there be a reason for the M5V6 as being called? Is it the only time it was called like that? I mean, what can I say? Preventive self-care underpins sustainable mental health. Regular check-ins with oneself, asking questions such as, how am I feeling today? What stresses are building? What small action can I take to support my well-being? Enable early detection of emotional or cognitive shifts. Techniques like mood tracker apps or simple mood journals externalize feelings, revealing trends and triggers that might otherwise slip by unnoticed. Incorporating short, daily mindfulness exercises, even at just 1 to 3 minutes, reduces physiological stress markers, sharpens attention, and fosters a calmer baseline from which to engage both life's demands and the steady commitment required for consistent mining. Good mental health also involves a philosophy of balance. While discipline and routine are vital, overemphasis on productivity can itself become a stressor. Recognizing the value of rest, play, and spontaneity ensures that life remains rich and varied, rather than reduced to a series of tasks. Intentional leisure, whether creative hobbies, nature walks, or spending time with loved ones, recharges emotional and cognitive batteries, making it easier to re-engage with mining or other responsibilities. In a decentralized community that values both financial empowerment and collective well-being, honoring rest as part of one's routine conveys respect for the whole self and models sustainable practices for others. Ultimately, understanding good mental health means weaving together emotional awareness, balanced thinking, social connection, healthy habits, resilient mindsets, supportive environments, and preventive self-care. By cultivating these dimensions, individuals prepare not only to pursue consistent mobile crypto mining, but to thrive in a world defined by rapid technological change and complex social dynamics. Investing in mental health yields dividends beyond any token reward. It empowers clearer thinking, steadies motivation, amplifies creativity, and strengthens the very foundation from which all other pursuits, financial or personal, can flourish. 56,435,678,435 did numbers like this matter in the last code crack? Who knows, but could the 5th, 2nd, and 9th matter this time? If they don't, then what will make Chuch codes a complete 10?